Alright, let's do this. Well, I am sitting here with all my books that were on my desk, on the floor around me, surrounding me, next to me, encroaching in my space so that I can look through them, see if I want to keep them or finish reading any of them. Look how close I was to finishing this book. And I stopped for some reason. But that reason being I was doing other stuff and I just forgot about it, I guess. I did enjoy reading this book. It's just like a book that is a discussion over the difference between Eastern and Western culture. And I mean, it's been a while since I looked through this. I know the main idea was the author was talking about the Western self, kind of, stereotypically we hear it being the independent person, more like focused on the self. And the author gives this her own term, which is I had to look this up again, the big pit self. So she's saying like in an avocado, there's this giant pit inside, and I guess that's like the individual nature of the Western person. While as the Eastern person is more flexible to what's going on around them and their community. So she gave them the term the flexi self. And these books are kind of fun because, they bring up research and, of course, the author's own ideas and her own stories to share. So it makes me think about my own self and my own experiences and what I agree with and what I don't. It's pretty huge to have these two different cultures just termed so easily like that. Like, you're more individual, you're more group-minded, when, of course, we know there's like, it's on a scale in both places. But I do want to recognize that our culture really affects us and our thinking. But I think for me, I've thought about culture a lot because maybe I didn't feel like I fit in to the culture in the right way. Since I'm like half Bolivian, since I have my dad who's very Bolivian, my mom who's very American, and then I'm trying to see if I can blend into either culture fully, and I didn't think that I could. And actually, I relate to a lot of Eastern culture ideas. I wonder if I'm more of an avocado pit self or a flexi self. I think I can be both, and I think everyone is a little bit of both, maybe on a scale. What do you think? Got this as a gift. I haven't read it yet, but I'm gonna keep this because I think that friend that gave it to me is really cool, so probably that book is good. I thought this book was interesting because it says it really largely on the back that the significance of the book is that a lot of these sources that are gone over in here actually aren't available anymore because of government control on what can be published and what's available for reading. So I can't get rid of that. Come on. So who thinks I can read this book? But it's so cool, I don't want to get rid of it. I should keep it. I like this book. It's so funny. If you know, you know. Planners. I'm so bad at keeping up with planners. I don't want it. It's cute, but I never write in it. The divine romance between God and man. Indeed. This is my little book of secrets. When I really am stuck in a rut in my own thoughts and I can't move on, I have to write it down. I write it in this. Do you really need a dictionary this big right now? Just Google everything. I made this many dollars today. I'm tired of sitting on the floor. I was looking through my old journal. At this point, I seem to be struggling with making some choice. And I say that these past few months / weeks, I've been feeling frustrated because I don't know what is good. I imagine there is peace when one experiences goodness and is confident that it is good. But I do, still identify with that feeling of it should be so simple, like what's good and what's not good. It's interesting to read these because I feel like the problems I had then about myself, like the issues I had with myself, are still kind of the same. And I wonder if I've grown in, but I'm sure I have. This is why it's really useful to actually talk to someone about what kind of changes you want to make in your life and what you struggle with, so they can kind of give you advice on what to do, and also can help you see the changes in your life and see the growth in your life. Like if I just write all this down here, it's just still my own mind and my own thoughts and the same barriers I had before. I think to really grow, we must have to be vulnerable with people and tell them what we want to see. There's someone screaming outside my house. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up with something everybody knows. Robert Frost. And the poem that has been in every high school classroom, The Road Not Taken. I was analyzing this poem at some point, and by looking at it, you actually can see when he's talking about the two paths, he actually says that they're kind of worn about the same. I'll just read through it. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler. Long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Okay, so that morning, they have the same amount of leaves with no steps on them. It says they equally lay, though as for the passing there had worn them really about the same. Yet, when he tells this story with a sigh some more ages later, he's going to say that he took the one less traveled by. Said it very clearly here, that the paths were actually about the same. So I guess no matter what you take, you can say whatever you want. This display board is kind of hanging on by its last threads, and I'm ready to let go of some of these mementos. So I'm going to take them off and put up the postcards that I think are pretty.